Hey, how's it going everyone? Dilo Barber here with another video. This time we're gonna do a skin fade with a comb over, and we're gonna start by spraying some water and making a division from the sides to the top, creating the hard part, and also combing down all the hair so I can cut it easier. Just like that for now, finding the way of the cowlick. And when we have that done, we're gonna start with the clipper with the 1.5 guard with the lever open, and we're gonna start debulking all that hair all the way up, but not touching that area where it connects with the top. I'm flicking out as I go up so I don't create a harsh line. I'm trying to fade it in already, so that's why I'm flicking out by when I'm about to touch that top part. I leave a little bit of bulk in the back where the cowlick is, so I can create that drop and keep those hairs long, so when he comes it, he doesn't struggle with those short and spiky stray hairs that people with stray hair has. So I'm gonna keep it long so I'm able to calm them down. But for now, that's all we're doing, just debulking and flicking out as I go up. I'm doing the same thing in this side of the hard part. I'm keeping a little bit of longer hairs so they can be calmed down. And there I'm gonna use some clipper or comb with the same guard just to debulk a little bit and fade in a little bit more already that sides with the bulk in the top. And this is just to save up some time or take advantage of the tool I'm using. Next, I'm gonna grab my trimmers and make the ball line, and this is gonna be like 2 fingers above that ear or an inch, and we're gonna make that drop to the occipital bone. And I do one side, then I go to the other side and try to connect it. In that way I can make sure it's even and I don't make a crooked line. And I just tap it in with a slight pressure as I do the lines, and I start debulking already the bottom of all those hairs. And I want to make sure that all those hairs below that ball line are short enough with the trimmer, so when I pass the shaver later I will have no issues cutting them down and making that skin transition. Because if you leave a long hair, trust me, you're gonna struggle with the shaver as you're gonna irritate and you're gonna get stuck with all those long hairs. So make sure you have everything well cleaned up. And that's it for now. I'm just cleaning up all that hair below the ball line. I use the brush to clean the hairs that doesn't let me see the hairs that haven't been cut, because sometimes they get up on each other. Keeping the area clean with the hair duster. And now we're gonna start the first guideline with the clipper no guard lever open, and we're gonna flick out that line like half an inch above that ball line, and we're just gonna keep it up that way all the way around. Flick out very well so you don't leave a hard line to fade in. Now the second guideline above that one is gonna be the one open, and we're gonna flick out like an inch above that last guideline in a flick out motion. Same thing, going all the way around. In here I flick out even a little bit more as I go to the top, because I'm trying to blend in right away that transition from the fade to the long hairs in the top area. Then I'm gonna close my lever and I'm gonna start fading that middle line that you can see between the no guard open and the one open. That line we can see in the middle. I'm gonna try to fade it in only using the corners of the blade. You can see my doggy right there, QB, playing around in the shop. But that's it. That's all we're doing right now. Just trying to fade in that middle transition between those 2 guidelines. And as you can see, it's working very well. It's helping me soften it out, that line. and I just use the corners of the blade in a flick out motion. I do the same thing in the other side. Lever close, trying to get rid of that middle line. It's not gonna get rid of the line completely, don't worry about it. We're just doing a step to smooth out that transition, but we're gonna get into details later. Stay tuned for the results and trust the process. Then I'm gonna use my shaver to make that skin transition, and I'm gonna apply some good pressure on those hairs below that ball line, because the more pressure you put on with the shaver, the more easier it's gonna be to get rid of those hairs and make that real skin transition without leaving some dark dots. So keep in mind to apply some good pressure, and as you go up, stop putting pressure as you go up, so you don't create a harsh line. Sometimes when I go up to get rid of those like little line that I created with the shaver, I kinda tap it in from up to down, and that helps me getting rid of those little dots that were left on there like a line. Now with the no guard, with the clipper lever close, I'ma start fading that bottom line. That is the most obvious one, just using the corners of the blade in a flick out motion, and as soon as I'm done, I'ma open the lever and go a little bit higher than I was just doing, and that's how I'm gonna be fading that transition. That last line that we could see, we're gonna be first lever close, then lever open. Keep in mind when you have the lever close, just to hit that bottom line and only, not to go any higher. To go higher, open the lever as you'll be adjusting those angles and hairs, as you can potentially see where is left to cut. And it's gonna be the same, a flick out motion. I sometimes do like a circle motion just to make them a lot smoother. There's gonna be a line left in the bottom, don't worry about it. This step is only to smooth out all those lines. We're gonna get into details later, but don't worry about it, don't get stressed with it, or don't get into it. You're gonna waste time. There's nothing that's gonna get rid of it in this step. Just trying to hit that bottom line, and as soon as you're done, open the lever and go a little bit higher, only using the corners of the blade. That's it for now. As you can see, it's looking already faded. There's just some details left that we're gonna take care of later. Now with the trimmers, we're gonna get rid of that bottom line that I told you, only using the corners of the blade, and be very careful to not go any higher than that bottom line. Make sure you just hit those bottom line hairs, because if you go higher than that, you're gonna create another line that you're gonna have to fade again. So we're just cleaning that bottom transition from the shaver to the fade, and that's how we're doing it. Letting fly that trimmer in a flick out motion, only using the corners of the blade in that bottom line. That's it for now. As you can see, it's looking a lot more clean, a lot more faded.
And these have this thing where they bring it up to you, so that I think it was for them.
You know of any good places to get shoes in El Paso?
Over here?
Anywhere in El Paso.
I mean, when I go find some, I always go to the mall first.
Yeah. Just then also.
Then I'm gonna start doing clipper over comb with no guard with the clipper, and I'm gonna go from down to up, just in that transition where the fade connects with the top, and then I'm gonna go side cutting as I cut those hairs long in the top. And the transition is gonna be down to up, and as I go higher, I do sideways, so I can cut with that flow of the client's hairstyle that is like combined to the side. That's how I'm doing it right now. In this step also, don't get too much into it to fading all those lines and spots, dark spots left, because this thing is not gonna get the work done. The clipper overcome technique is only to give shape to the cut and start cleaning that transition, but it's not gonna completely get rid of those dark spots, and it's not gonna get that fade completed. Don't get too much into it because you can leave some bald spots as you're trying to get deep to it. So just do 1, 2, or 3 cuts max per area. And here also I'm doing a freehand technique so I can create more shape, because when you look from the back or from the front, those hairs in the side of the head, there's some hairs sticking out. So the freehand technique helps me to get rid of those hairs. And that's it for now. We're just giving that shape to the cut and changing angles in the comb as I go to the back or from the side back area. There's angles for everything. The head is not perfect. Now with the half guard lever open, we're gonna start hitting those dark spots, flicking out only using the corners of the blade, and we're gonna go as high as we want to, but without touching that top transition, just in the fade area, using the corners of the blade, flicking out, trying to get rid of those dark spots. And if we can't get rid of them, we're gonna close the lever and we're gonna try it with the lever closed too. But basically that's it for now, just opening and closing that lever, playing with it. And now for the real detailing, we're gonna use scissor over comb, only using the tips of the scissors and the tip of the comb to be more precise with the cuts, and only hitting those dark spots and shadows that are messing up the flow of the fade. As you can see, this is not about hitting all the hairs on all the way to the head, it's just about hitting those dark spots and shadows that we could see. And that's basically what detailing a fade is, just using the scissors and trying to get that fade even. This looks like I'm not doing nothing, but trust me, at the end of the day, it's gonna make the real difference that if you don't do it. This is gonna make you stand up and stand out of the other barbers. And also in the spot where the comb doesn't get through in the bottom, I use freehand with the scissors using that point cutting technique, and that's gonna help me get rid of those dark spots and dark dots, but in the bottom parts where the comb doesn't get through. I'm gonna do the same thing with the other side, only hitting those heavy dark spots and dots. And in the down parts, I'm gonna use point cutting. Now we're gonna use the trimmers to make the lineup in the C-cups, and I look a little bit from the front of the client to get that natural ends of the C-cup, and then I go to the side to create that curve. And that's basically how we do it, making it as natural as possible. Then with the razor, I'm gonna clean up that lineup so I can make it more sharp and stand out more. To cut the top, we're gonna use a very easy technique. Basically, we're just gonna start dragging the bangs up and cutting 1.5 inches, and then start taking that guideline all the way to the back, cutting the same length all the way to the back. And as I go to the back, I change a little bit the angle, more sided, so I can grab those hairs well. And then I'm gonna grab the middle, and I can see the difference between the short and long hairs, and we're just gonna continue using that same guidelines process all the way to the back. Now the same, but with the side in the right, taking all the way to the back. Where the fade connects with the top in the right part, I'm gonna just bring the hairs down and cut all the hairs that are sticking out. That's how I'm gonna connect the top with the sides with the scissors. And to connect the sides with the scissors in the other side, I might grab the hair in the hard part sideways, and I'm gonna cut it even, because there's some hairs that are not even. And I keep doing the same thing, checking it out if they're even or not, cutting like 1 inch. because I want to keep that area a little bit longer, as it's gonna be the one that are gonna drag to the side. And now I'm just making sure it's all even. That's why in some points I don't cut, just checking it out if there's some hair sticking out. And you should do this grabbing it from all the angles. Like in the bangs, I grab it from up to down, I drag them down the bangs, and I check that they're even. And I'm just gonna cut a little bit because I want to keep those bangs a little bit longer, as that's the hairstyle that I'm looking for, long bangs, so I can come that to the side. Now with the thinning shears, I'm gonna start debulking all those heavy areas where the hair lays down that I want it to be more light. And we're gonna do it with the cowlick area too, and a little bit in the side hard part. Now I'm gonna use some gel in the sides to make those hairs lay down. I don't want to use wax because it's not that strong to keep those hairs down, especially if you live on hot areas where the products melt super easily. With my comb, I'm gonna help it spread the product a lot more and have more firm, more strength, keeping that cowlick in their spot. And now I'm gonna use wax, but in the top area, because I don't want that stiff look. I want a little bit more natural look and more mate. And I'm just spreading it with the fingers and then with the comb. And for now, that should be it. Make sure to follow all these steps like it is, so you can have this final results, very clean skin fade with the combover. Make sure to subscribe and comment down in the section area what you think. Give it a like if you enjoyed the video. Let's go.